The next video you're going to see is going to be about why I am not having skin removal surgery after significant weight loss. But I forgot to tell you in the process what I had for supper, and I say in this next upcoming clip that I'm going to tell you, and then I forgot, so I'm adding it onto the front as an intro instead of as an outro. I had a very healthy and responsible potato salad, chicken salad, beautiful fresh corn, and green beans. That's what I had. Hey y'all, hey, it's your friend Patty with Giddy Things. I'm here to talk to you about why I chose not to, or really didn't even go through the process of thinking that much about having loose skin removal surgery, skin reduction surgery, following my 109 pound on Zepbound tirzepatide weight loss, and then a greater number than that. If you go back and watch some of the other videos, please subscribe and like. You'll see more about that journey, so I don't want to waste your time reiterating that here. But I have lost enough weight to have loose skin because I lived in a greater need of skin coverage for many, many years. And so now I have loose skin, including but not limited to my, let me go from the bottom up, my calves, my thighs, my hips, my tummy, my buttocks, my breasts, my neck. I think that's about it. That's all. So I have lived in that process. But let me talk to you about why I do not want the surgery. And I have not even really considered it. I'm going to take my glasses off for this because I realize they're kind of glaring at you. I don't know now at all about how I look or how my facial expressions are because I can't see it anymore. And I might not look in the right direction, but again, these glare a little bit. So I have lived my entire life from conception forward in a disabled body. And I have a chronic illness. And so my disability is around a connective tissue disorder. I've talked about that more in other videos. And my chronic illness is just a constellation of different things. So, excuse me, I've just had supper and it was delicious. It was a summer cold plate. It was so good. Maybe I'll tell you before the video's over what I had because it was delicious and I appreciate it. But I've lived in that reality with my body for my whole life. My body has always been disabled, and it has never been in any way really conforming to what people think is the standard for attractiveness or for conventional quote unquote beauty. Now, I love my body and I think she's really beautiful, and I appreciate her. And so what I am focusing on, instead of focusing on trying to make my body look different through any kind of skin surgery, while if someone makes the decision to have that, I absolutely support that 100%. That is your body and you make that decision. Also, if my doctor said it was medically necessary for some reason, I would reconsider. But all that being equal, you do what's best for you and what your doctor says is best for you, because I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm a doctor, but not a medical doctor. All of that having been said, I'm choosing a different approach. So as my skin sags or is loose or whatever else, I've decided that I'm just going to thank it for having been ample enough to cover me for all those years. And as long as I can suck it in, tuck it in, foundation garments, whatever else I need to wear to be comfortable, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to invest in the surgical approach. I'm going to invest in that approach. Just a process where I thank my body for her service and her continued service. And she just has a different landscape now, and that's okay too, right? Because again, with a disabled body, no one has ever gotten everything they expected to get out of my physical appearance or performance. And that's okay, really. That's okay, because the only person who has to experience joy in that situation is I. Now, that having been said, I want to add a little bonus in here. If I were going to have the surgery, again, I'm not, but if I were going to have the surgery, or for some reason my doctor said, hey, you got to get that Dunlap belly, that fupa, you got to get that off because it's affecting your health in some way, I would save up the money no matter how hard it was and how many sacrifices I had to make in my little creature comforts, I would save up the money and go to California, because I really do think that that is where the most, the largest base of physicians who know enough to customize that kind of plastic surgery are. So that's just a little for whoever cares to know that. Another thing is I follow a young woman, Leah Hope, who is wonderful, and she's had skin reduction surgeries and had her reasons for doing that, and I support her 100%. And I think she's such a trooper and so brave, doing such wonderful things with her life and helping other people. I believe she coaches people now. I don't know if she went to California, but it sure does look like she went somewhere. I'll find that out later, but it sure does look like she went somewhere where they have a lot of choices of cosmetic surgeons or of plastic surgeons. Now, this clear caveat on that, I would never use anyone who was going to give me a bargain. I don't want a bargain health procedure at all. But I just think California is one of the places I'd like to go and see, but also one of the places that would be the best for that. Again, I'm choosing not to do that, and I'm choosing not to do that for, as a restatement of my thesis, these reasons. I have always been disabled, and I've always had to be in the process of dealing with people's disappointment in my body and how she performs. And so this is just another step in that process. I am really comfortable with how I look. I enjoy being grateful to my skin for covering me for so long. Now she's having a little break and she's relaxing, and it shows because she's sagging and she's loose. And the other thing that I really didn't mention earlier is I am 57 years old. I'll be 58 in December, and I don't want to go through that long, drawn out process of recovery, right? And I mean, that's really not even a fair thing to have said earlier on, because I really, when I learned of the possibility of the skin surgery, I kind of made an immediate leap to, I don't want to do that for the other reasons that I shared. So I hope this was helpful if you're going through that process yourself. And I think the most important thing is be true to you, be true to your body, do what's best for your body, and, tell the truth and shame the devil. Right? Do what is important for you, what makes you feel better. And I don't think you'll ever regret it if you do it for those reasons. And if you follow your doctor's advice and do what's safe and healthy and get the best care available to you. I hope you know how special you are, how loved you are. I certainly love you so much. Please continue to go with me in peace and love to serve others. Please do pray for the whole wide world with a special intention for the beautiful Ukraine.